All right, let's dive into one of Hyderabad's most iconic dishes. Today, we're on a quest to absolutely master the tangy, perfectly spicy Khatti Dal. This is going to be fun.
You know, everything you need to know about this dish is right here in this one sentence. This is the absolute soul of Khatti Dal. We're not just making some lentil soup. We're trying to create this perfect, delicate harmony. And getting that balance right between the sour and the spicy, well, that's our mission today.
So every great dish starts with the right building blocks, right? And making Khatti Dal is really a two-act play. First, we have to cook the dal itself to create this perfect, creamy base. And then, for the grand finale, we prepare the sizzling tempering, what's called a Tadka, that just brings the whole thing to life. Okay, let's take a look at our cast of characters. On the left, you've got the heart of the dish. The tur dal is our creamy foundation. The tamarind, that's where we get the khatti or sourness from, super important. And of course, the chilies and powders bring that essential heat. Now look over on the right. Those ingredients, that's for the Tadka. Think of them as the aromatics, the final flourish that makes the dish sing.
All right, let's get cooking. Act 1. Before we can even think about balancing flavors, we've got to create the perfect canvas. And that means a foundation of dal that is just incredibly smooth and creamy.
The pressure cooker is absolutely your best friend here. We're throwing the dal in with its first set of flavor buddies. Tomatoes for a nice background tang, green chilies for that fresh kick, and turmeric and ginger garlic for that deep aromatic base. The goal here isn't the final flavor balance just yet. It's all about getting everything cooked until it is completely and utterly soft. And this is what it's all about. Once that pressure cooker has worked its magic, you have to mash everything. And I mean really mash it until there are absolutely no lumps left. You're going for this velvety, uniform paste. That smooth texture is so crucial because it means every single spoonful is going to have that consistent, luxurious feel. So we've got this beautiful, smooth dal base. It's great. But it's not Khatti Dal yet, is it? Not even close. And that question right there, that brings us to the most important part of our whole quest, the art of infusing the flavor. This is it. This is the moment of truth. Now we're ready to start that delicate dance between the sour and the spicy to transform our plain dal into the legendary dish we've been talking about. So let's break this down. First, we stir in that tamarind pulp. That's our main source of sourness. Then we add a little water to get the consistency just right. You don't want it too thick, but not watery either. Then comes the heat from the red chili powder and the salt to make all those flavors pop. We toss in some fresh cilantro and curry leaves for fragrance. And then, and this is the most important part, we simmer. You have to let it gently bubble away for about 8 to 10 minutes. That's what cooks out the raw taste of the tamarind and lets all those amazing flavors really get to know each other.
So how do you know when it's just perfect? Well, your senses are going to tell you. You'll actually see the light foam that forms on the top slowly disappear. And at the exact same time, this incredible, tangy, spicy aroma is just going to fill your kitchen. That's your cue. That's how you know the dal is ready for its grand finale.
Now, before we do this final step, let's talk about what it actually is. It's called a Tadka, or a Baghaar, and this is so much more than just adding spices. It's a technique where you use hot oil to literally shock the spices into blooming, releasing all their essential oils. It creates an explosion of flavor and aroma that you just can't get any other way. It is pure culinary drama in a pan. And now for the climax of our journey. It is time for the sizzling, aromatic tempering that's going to crown our Khatti Dal and take it from simply delicious to absolutely unforgettable. Okay, pay close attention because this whole thing happens fast. Heat your oil. Once it's shimmering, in go the mustard and cumin seeds. You wait for them to crackle and pop. That's how you know they're ready. Then toss in the garlic and cook it just until it's golden. Finally, the dried chilies and curry leaves go in for literally just a few seconds until they get crispy. And here's the most crucial part. You immediately pour that sizzling, screaming hot mixture right over the dal and bam, slam the lid on. You have to trap all of those incredible aromas inside so they infuse the entire dish.
And just like that, our quest is complete. We've done it. But, you know, mastering a dish also means knowing how to best enjoy it. So let's talk about how to serve your perfectly balanced Khatti Dal.
You know, the absolute classic, most beloved way to eat Khatti Dal is just poured over a mound of fluffy, steamed white rice. It's simple, it's perfect.
But it's also an amazing companion to richer side dishes, like a crispy fried meat called talahua gosht, or even some simple fried potatoes. And of course, you've got to have a crunchy poppet on the side. That's a must. But wait, for those of you who really like to push the boundaries of flavor, here is a pro tip. If you love a bolder, smokier, more intense profile, there's a really simple but powerful tweak you can make to that final tadka. Just look at the difference here. In our standard tadka, we cook the garlic until it's perfectly golden. That gives you a beautiful, sweet, aromatic flavor. But for this variation, you take it a step further. You let the garlic get a little darker, almost to the point of being burnt. Now, this doesn't ruin it. It completely transforms it, creating this deep, smoky, almost bitter, and intensely savory note that just changes the entire character of the dal. It's amazing. So, when you really think about it, this dish teaches us that great cooking is all about balance, right? It's sour and spicy, it's soft and crisp, it's subtle and bold. You've just walked through all the steps to master that very balance in one of Hyderabad's most cherished dishes, which really only leaves one question. What fascinating culinary balance are you going to conquer next?